so sick of being hot and sweaty. Oh my god. Went on a little jaunt to my favorite neighborhood coffee shop. Brought my own mug, but it is iced for obvious reasons of like I'm sweating balls and it's so hot outside and I'm done. And then I walked to one of my favorite bookstores. I'll show you what I did get. Okay, so the first one is Immortal Dark by Tigest Girma, if that's how you say it. This is something that Heather McCleary on BookTube has like highly recommended and talked about multiple times. Every time she talks about it, I'm like, that sounds good. It's about vampires. It was in the young adult section, which is fine. I don't read a lot of young adult these days, so down to try. And obviously it's just perfect for the upcoming spooky season. I am trying to manifest the coming of autumn as quickly as possible because I am sick of sweating this much. Then I got On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. This has been on my list forever. Everyone knows this is like highly acclaimed book. Is that the right phrase? I've never read anything by this author before. From what I feel like I've heard about it, I'm probably gonna cry, I think. Is that the expectation? It's been a minute since I've read what I would call like true literary books. I mean, I've read a few this year. I've been in a little bit more of a reading slump lately, and so I've been leaning more on some kind of fun, easy reads. So that'll be a good thing to kind of switch things up. And the last book I got is R.F. Kuang's Catabasis. This is a signed copy. Oh good, I was like, I hope this comes off. Yeah, that's a sticker that comes off. The signed copy also has the most incredible sprayed or painted edges, just like absolutely stunning. I have read Yellowface and I have read Babel. Why do I feel like I say it wrong every time? I always want to, no, it's Babel, right? Or is it Babel? I can never remember which one it is. Really enjoyed Babel. Yellowface was not for me. I felt like it was really heavy-handed. I mean, maybe that was the intention. It just wasn't for me. I know a lot of people really loved Yellowface, but this is, I think, more along the lines of the kind of speculative fiction world. So I'm looking forward to this. I haven't really heard I've heard people talking about this coming out. I haven't heard anything about somebody that's read it and what they thought. I'm honestly not usually a big fan of hardcovers, but I couldn't resist this beauty, to be honest. Last thing I got is a Moleskine notebook, dotted notebook in red. Who even knows what I need that for? As most people are, I'm kind of a notebook hoarder, and I'm always convinced that I need to start a new notebook for something, so TBD on what that's going to be for. While we're on the subject of books, what I'm reading right now on my Kindle is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Absolutely loving it so far. Like, the vibes are so good. I think I'm like 25% of the way through that. I really don't think it's going to take me that long to finish it. And then I've got here my physical TBR of some other things that I have lined up to read, hopefully in the next couple months. The Door by Magda Jabot. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. I read Abigail by this author and really loved it. Like, loved her descriptive writing style and really feeling like I was there, which is not something that I feel often with a lot of authors' writing styles. Don't know a ton about the actual like subject matter of this. I think The Door is her most famous novel as well. I have A Breath of Life by Clarice Lispector. I've never read any Lispector, so I'm in for a treat of confusion from what I have heard. And then I have Soren Kierkegaard's Fear and Trembling. I've really never read much. I mean, I think this falls under the category of philosophy, yes. I just wanted to try something a little out of my comfort zone, I suppose. I don't know if philosophy is quite the right category for this. I think so. Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I bought this like a year or two ago. Tried to read the first couple of pages and it just wasn't hitting at the time, but I've heard good things about this author and this book from other people, so I'm going to try it again this fall. The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. This is the author of Never Let Me Go, which I have read 2, if not 3 times. The last time I read it, I bawled my eyes out at the end, and I just think that his writing style is so beautiful. This is a very famous novel of his, so I'm excited to check this one out as well. And last but not least, Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I picked this up when I was in Seattle this past weekend. I went to another Pacific Northwest bookstore, shout out, but I went to Ophelia's bookstore. I also grabbed a tote bag from there. That is the bookstore with the 2 cats in it, which, my God, could there be a better situation to be in. I have read every other Sally Rooney novel. By every other, I think that is the other 3, which is Conversations with Friends, which I honestly hated. That was the first one I read. Maybe I was too young, but I hated it. I just thought, oh my God, these people are absolutely insufferable. Normal People, which I'm pretty sure I read a while ago as well. I'd like to reread that one. And then of course Intermezzo, which I loved and was one of my favorite books this year. So I've heard mixed reviews about this one. We'll see. I've also been making some fun updates around my apartment lately, which is nothing new for me. I'm the kind of person that's always doing something in my apartment, but it's also been something I've been like hyper fixated on recently. So I've been making a lot of changes to my bedroom specifically, which I've been sharing on like TikTok and Instagram a little bit. But I'm really thinking about my book situation as we head into the fall. So I'll show you kind of what I got going on right now. So this built-in, hello. This built-in is my main book storage at the moment. I've got my cute little vanity under there, which is actually where I'm doing my makeup. And then it's kind of a mix of books and some cute, decor and things. And honestly, sometimes it does end up being a dumping ground for some of the less cute, but functional things. I think this is really sweet, but honestly, there's only so many books that I can put here. Like, I'm kind of almost out of room already. The only other place that I'm really storing books is in this bookshelf that is kind of hiding my desk situation. To be honest, this is mostly storing the books that I'm like, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but ones that I'm not really showcasing. If you know, you know. Like, we don't need to talk about those authors. I still want to keep those series, but I have them in here. And I might be changing this situation in general. It's a little funky setup right now. I don't think a lot of people would have decided to put the desk like this. I've actually really liked it from a functionality perspective. I'm not sure if I love how it looks. It's also hiding my walking pad there. I'm probably going to try moving this around and see how I like the desk actually up against the window, like how a normal person would probably put it. But that leads me to the other thing, which is my thoughts and dreams of expanding my book collection. For the last couple of days specifically, I'm really thinking about doing some tall bookshelves in that corner. And honestly, I could just it would fit. I know it probably looks like it wouldn't, but I would just move my couch out a couple of inches and it would work to put 2 tall, I'm thinking the IKEA Billy bookshelves with the glass fronts because I love my babies. But this one specifically, my problem child, can't leave things alone. And so I would love to be able to like put a mix of books and trinkets and stuff in there. I can see the vision so clearly in my head and I feel like it would look so good. But I'm trying not to be impulsive. So I'm going to think about that purchase for a little bit longer. We'll see how long I last, but I do feel pretty confident that eventually there will be bookshelves in that corner. It is Saturday morning of a long 3-day holiday weekend. Somebody's power washing outside because, of course, they would be doing that on a Saturday morning. I have been just laying in bed reading The Night and the Moth. It is about 10 o'clock, and I am almost 80% of the way through the book. I'm loving this book so much that I'm already sad of when it's going to be over. And I also don't know if it's a standalone book or if it's going to be a series. And I'm also afraid to look it up because I don't want to see any spoilers. So we'll see. But I expect I will probably finish that today. I have like no solid plans for the whole weekend, which I'm so excited about. I had kind of a busy last 2 weekends, which is out of character for me. I have a lot of things on my list that I should and or want to do. So I think my plan for today is to make a nice, yummy breakfast here at home. I'm entirely over caffeinated right now without having eaten any food yet. And then I think I'm going to try and like really knock out some home cleaning. Um, during the first chunk of the day, stuff I hate doing, like cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the kitchen, doing some laundry, stuff like that, kind of getting the basics of the cleaning done to have like a nice clean apartment for the rest of the weekend. I do need to go to the gym. I was supposed to go to the gym last night and that just didn't happen. Um, my tiny little neighborhood gym is open until 6 o'clock tonight. So I think I'm going to go to the gym in the late afternoon, probably right before they close. And I'm trying to think of what book I want to start next. I feel the most drawn to starting Immortal Dark after I finish with The Night and the Moth. But part of me also is like, oh, do I want to save that for when it's more fall outside? Because right now I'm pretending it's fall, but we still have 90-degree days ahead of us this next week. So I truly don't understand how it took me 4 hours, to like eat breakfast, clean the bathroom, do some laundry, and take shower. Here we are. And then the executive dysfunction is really real today because I showered, and while I was in the shower, I was like, wait, I still have to go to the gym today. So why am I showering? Couldn't tell you. But I'm gonna get ready quickly, hopefully, and then just go get some lunch and a coffee and sit and read my book somewhere for a little bit before I go to the gym, hopefully this afternoon. And then I have to be home by 6:15 because I have somebody from Facebook Marketplace coming to pick some sconces up that I'm selling. So time is flying by without getting much done, to be honest. Good morning from my absolutely disheveled living room. As you can see, the shelf is here. I followed through on what I said, and I did, in fact, get it. Today is Labor Day. I have not a single plan in front of me for the rest of the day. And I honestly think that one of my favorite feelings in the whole world is having no plans for a day except to work on a home project. I'm probably going to spend quite a few hours in here just like shifting things around to figure out just the right setup. Here she is in all her glory. I love her. I'm happy with how I have it styled for now. I still need to finish filling the bookshelf, but good head start. I obviously moved the lights and things, moved some plants around. I ended up having to change some artwork up in my bedroom a little bit to accommodate, but yes, I really like it. I think realistically, it'll probably just be the one. I think I could make two work, but I think it might start to feel a little cramped, especially with the plants. I always forget about like how much space plants require, especially because they grow in whatever the hell direction they want to grow in. You know what I mean? It is like 3:30, starting to get the in this case it's the Monday scaries, but I had a long list of things that I thought I was going to get done this weekend. I had a very aspirational list of things, and I really kind of didn't get any of them done, to be honest. The 3 days totally just flew by. I have a little bit of a reading update. So I think the last I updated was on Saturday, and I was finishing The Night and the Moth, which I did finish on Saturday, and just loved it so much. Like being in the world. I love how Rachel Gillig builds her magic worlds, and they're just like really unique. And she doesn't, it's not like they're very intricate by any means, but they're just really creative. Her characters are really likable. You know, it had like a light sense of humor throughout the book with the gargoyle that's in it. And I liked the romance in it as well. It didn't feel over the top or overly cheesy or anything like that. So I really, really enjoyed it. It is the first of a series. I think it's going to be a trilogy. So the first one ended on kind of a cliffhanger, and honestly, I was like sad to end the book because I was sad to leave the world behind, but really love that one. And then I started Immortal Dark. I'm about 100 pages into right now, and absolutely loving this. This is a vampire novel. I think I said the other day I found this in the young adult section, which is kind of surprising to me given the list of trigger warnings at the beginning of the book. Like, it seems like it's gonna, like, it covers some kind of dark content, but I really love the world that she's building. In this, it's very unique. You know, there's like a million different versions of a vampire world, and a lot of them repeat the same like rule system, but this has some really unique parts, and it is mostly Black characters as well. The author is Ethiopian, so she brings that influence into the book and the world. I think with some of the like history and art influences and stuff like that. And this is definitely a book full of female rage, righteous female rage. And I'm just loving this so much. I'm also excited because the sequel, Eternal Ruin, is getting published in October. So it's kind of perfect timing. I'm trying to figure out how I want to spend the rest of my afternoon, and I'm feeling very lazy. I kind of feel like I want to take a nap. I feel kind of sleepy. I might be kind of lazy for the rest of the day and just enjoy my cozy new corner.